What's up, everybody? I'm Taylor, and you're tuned in to the Taylor James Lifestyle Show. But before we go any further, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this with your people. We're trying to grow this channel, trying to help people on as big a scale as we can and get as much positive, helpful information to as many people as we can. And that starts with you guys. I want to grow this podcast through word of mouth, and I want to impact people's lives and have that be the way that this podcast is grown. And so if this bit brings any value into your life, please just share it with somebody and then ask them to do the same. And we can all be a part of this, you know what I mean? And don't forget to check out the website, IllFit, if you're looking for any fitness stuff, mindset stuff, life coaching stuff. There's some free stuff on there. We're going to be coming out with some more free stuff here in the future. So check out illfit.com. We got 2 free fitness programs on there and a basic meal plan that you can follow to kind of get yourself into a little bit healthier of a direction in life. And with that being said, speaking of health in life, we're going to talk more about supplements or vitamins, whatever you want to refer to them as today. I think vitamins are kind of a form of supplement, I guess you could say. In a lot of ways, we don't always get the nutrition that we need, the adequate amount of nutrition that we need from the foods we eat or the environments we live in, and so we have to supplement that. And today's topic is zinc and the importance of taking zinc regularly. Zinc is a trace mineral that plays a vital role in many biological processes in the human body, and we're going to dive into about 10 of them. We got 10 key topics on the importance of taking zinc regularly. First topic, super big one, immune function. Zinc is crucial for normal development and production of cells. Basically, they mediate innate immunity, and it can help with fighting and evading bacteria and viruses. So, if you were going to take one topic away from here, take that one. There's a lot of good ones, don't get me wrong, but in the world we live in, coming out of a big pandemic, sickness is pretty prevalent, and the last thing we want to do is get slowed down by being sick. Take some vitamin D. It's one of the most impactful things you can do for your immune system. Number 2, we're going to kind of number 2, wound healing. Zinc plays a role in maintaining skin integrity and structure. Patients experiencing chronic wounds or ulcers often have deficient zinc metabolism and lower serum zinc levels. One thing that I can say specifically regarding kind of wound healing and skin damage is just a little story from my life. One time when I was in 3rd grade, I was living in San Diego. Me and my buddy Hudson went to a water park with his parents, and we were probably just out having too much fun. Forgot to put extra layer of sunscreen on. Got super fucking burnt on my face, right on my cheekbones, my ears, my nose. Everything was just super red, and it was gonna start peeling at some point. And my buddy's mom took me into the bathroom, gave me this tube of like a zinc lotion, rubbed it all over my face. Woke up the next day expecting to be in pain and feeling or peeling and feeling the pain, and woke up the next day and was still red, but I wasn't peeling, and I never did peel. And I really do believe that it was because I took that zinc and that lotion all over my face, and it repaired my skin. So I highly recommend it for that. Obviously, like it's saying, if you have, a lot of guys work with their hands a lot, mechanics, carpenters, things like that, always getting a nick or a scratch or something, paper cuts even, just always getting something on your hands, and then your hands are moving a lot, right? And so it's harder for it to heal. And anytime that you can kind of add another thing to your arsenal of like your immune system and healing and stuff, I recommend it. Like, don't give yourself another reason to be slowed down. Give yourself another reason to be the best, Take some zinc. Number 3, reduced risk of certain age-related diseases. Zinc may reduce the risk of age-related diseases such as pneumonia, infection, and age-related muscular degeneration, also known as AMD. So I have a friend who's a nurse, and we talk about stuff like this a lot, and she has mentioned things regarding the same stuff to me, and how a lot of times people will have open wounds that just don't seem to heal, and a lot of times those same people have extremely low levels of zinc in their body. Kind of bouncing back up to topic number 2, wound healing, and combining that with topic number 3, reduced risk of certain age-related diseases. Now 3 is talking about diseases, things that that happen on a pretty severe level in the body, right? Number 2 is a little bit more superficial, skin and wounds and stuff like that. But as we age, our skin starts to lose its like elasticity and its strength, right? And so I believe that zinc helps with the reduced risk of age-related things we don't like our skin starting to get extra wrinkly and not being as resilient as it once was. And so I think those two are pretty almost hand in hand, you know. Skin-related things, I think zinc helps with a lot, especially if you're using that zinc lotion or even just taking a zinc pill. I think it's really helpful to have that elevated level or just adequate level in your body. All right. Topic number 4, anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Would you look at that? That's amazing. We like that. One thing I'll say is, a lot of times people don't even know they're inflamed. It's pretty crazy how people just every day walking around are so inflamed. And again, anything we can do to kind of get ahead of that is something I recommend doing. Zinc has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties and antioxidant properties, which can help reduce oxidative stress and decrease the risk of chronic disease. Sorry, my brain went to somewhere completely different while I was reading that. It has to do with zinc, which is funny. So we'll use the oil field and boats and kind of like maritime as our example here, right? And so what happens to metal when it oxidizes? It rusts, it breaks down, and it starts to degrade, right? Well, in my career in the oil field, and I have a lot of friends who are in fishing and in boating and stuff like that. And in boating, this is huge too. But in my experience, we would have these big metal tanks, basically just, sheet metal tanks welded together to hold mud, right? Hold fluids. It could be anything from salt water to drilling mud. It could be anything. Soap water, whatever. Just all kinds of fluids go into these tanks all the time. And over time, that fluid starts to help that metal break down and oxidize and stuff like that. And it degrades, and then that costs maintenance hours later, right? Well, what we started doing is we started putting zinc bars in the tanks. And a lot of times in boating, they'll put zinc bars on the boat. And what it does is it prevents electrolysis, one, but it also prevents oxidation. And my understanding behind that is that the zinc kind of absorbs the I guess you would say oxidative properties of the fluid. It kind of takes the oxidation away from it happening to the steel, and it kind of acts as an absorber for like essentially oxygen, I guess. And it takes those tanks, and you might have to do a bunch of repairs like every year, and it staggers that to maybe every other year, and it gives you a lot more life in that in those tanks and in that metal and on those boats, right? And so I believe it's a very similar aspect to the human body. With the antioxidant parts, think oxygen, right? We want to kind of, oxygen's good, right? But that there's a certain level of it that is bad for the human body, right? And so what I believe the zinc does is it kind of absorbs that before it goes everywhere else in the body. And then also the anti-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory properties. That can just help with overall energy. I mean, I don't know if anybody has any hurt knees or things like that, but a lot of times that's inflammation, and even just the foods we eat can make it even more severe. So highly recommend taking zinc for anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. All right, number 5, supports normal growth and development. Pretty important stuff. We all want to develop and grow normally, I think. Zinc is essential for growth and development in infants, children, and adolescents. So, real important that your kids are getting adequate amounts of zinc. You know what I mean? Gummy vitamins, shit like that. They all have zinc in them. Get your kids on some sort of vitamin. You know what I mean? Especially if they're eating Captain Crunch pancakes for breakfast every day. Just kidding. I had those for breakfast the other day. They were bomb. All right, here's a real important one for, and something that I have seen firsthand. Let's see, fertility. Excuse me. Zinc plays a role in fertility, particularly in men, as it impacts testosterone levels and sperm quality. That's a heavy-hitting fact right there. Again, I've mentioned the Western diet, and don't get me started too deep on that. I'll blow up. But, there are a lot of things that are happening in the world today that are, maybe lowering fertility. We'll just say that. Lowering testosterone levels. Affecting our bodies in ways that we don't even know yet. You know what I mean? And I firmly believe that it's probably by design. You know what I mean? And so, again, with all these things, I keep saying, get on top of it and stay on top of it, man. Like, take care of yourself. Because in a world where everybody is out to try to fucking exploit your health and get to you, you're the only one you're the first line of defense. Like, and so silly to say it, but, like, take your fucking vitamins, dude. Especially if you're having fertility issues or you're just trying to have a baby. Like, zinc plays a super critical role in like a healthy environment for natural free testosterone to flow in your body. There's products out there like ZMA. It's zinc, magnesium, and something else. It might be melatonin or something. I can't remember. But for a long time, I took a ZMA supplement that had zinc, magnesium, and then it had melatonin in it. I think something else. I can't remember. But you would notice a difference even in a day. If you missed a day, you would wake up and you just wouldn't feel as ready to go as a man, if that makes sense. You take that ZMA, or you just take zinc before you go to sleep, you'll notice a difference. It plays it plays a big part in like in the sexual reproductive organs of a man. I'll just say that. And I feel like it also kind of gives you a little bit more like a boost of energy, kind of like you're just ready to go, more so than you aren't, if that makes sense. So as far as fertility goes, I mean, I've never really tried to have a baby, not yet at least, but I can't see that that's a bad thing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's, for a man, if it impacts testosterone in a positive way, I highly recommend it, because again, there are so many things in the world today that are kind of the opposite of that, and like trying to lower testosterone levels and shit like that. But that's a topic for another time. Number 7, it aids in nutrient absorption and digestion. Zinc is involved in the breakdown of carbohydrates from food, which are one of the main sources of energy for the body. Now that's pretty impactful, I think. You know, we want to get everything we possibly can out of the food we're eating and the nutrients we're intaking. And so anything that can help better absorption, highly recommend. Big one here, topic number 8, mental health. Zinc has been linked to brain health and may help in treating mood disorders such as depression. Crazy. So you're telling me that it's been linked to brain health and may help in treating mood disorders such as depression. Wonder what happens when you take vitamin D and zinc at the same time. Basically feel like a superhuman. Just being goofy there, but again, stuff that I can attest to. I've definitely had moments in my life where I don't know if I would say I was depressed. I would definitely say I was not myself, and I was definitely feeling some sort of way about some shit, right? And then I've noticed other times in my life where maybe I was able to navigate life issues a little bit better and handle them with a little bit better attitude. And I always attributed it to vitamin D as well as zinc, both of which are two of the top vitamins or supplements that I would start taking immediately. And of course, there are a million others, and there's billions of people's opinions on the matter. But you can't go wrong with vitamin D and zinc, man. It's good shit. And I mean, I don't know if you guys were shopping for zinc in 2020. I was. I still have bottles I bought from 2020 of zinc because it was so hard to find it. And kind of makes you wonder, why was it so hard to find? Wonder. Number 9, supports the sense of taste and smell. Zinc is important for proper functioning of the enzymes responsible for taste and smell. That's a new one to me. I did not know that. But again, just another awesome reason to continue to take zinc. I mean, personally, the only side effect that I've seen from zinc is that upset tummy for about 30 to 60 seconds. So, I mean, you got a list full of awesome things, and there's really just no reason to not take it. Number 10, regulates blood sugar. Zinc helps stabilize blood sugar levels and can be beneficial for individuals with insulin resistance or diabetes. That's a big one, man. And again, we're kind of finding some similarities between zinc and vitamin D. And I think it's really important that you take the two of them. You don't take just one. Take them both, man. There's no reason not to. They both have a lot of similar healing properties or medicinal properties, but I mean, it seems like they complement each other really well. As with any supplements, it's important to consume zinc in moderation, of course. Again, I have taken a little bit too much zinc before, and really the only thing I feel is an upset tummy. Where was I? It's important to consume it in moderation and adhere to recommended guidelines, as excessive intake can cause adverse effects. If you're considering taking zinc supplements, it's advisable to consult with a healthcare professional, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking other medications. Stand by that, dude. Definitely ask for some help if you need it. A lot of times, I think the general public can go down to any fucking grocery store and buy zinc, vitamin D, things like that. And I get mine from the store down the road. Sometimes I'll order it. Just depends. But again, if you have any questions, if you're taking things that maybe might conflict with that, talk to your doctor, do some research. I'm not a healthcare professional. I am just a personal trainer and a health advocate. And I've just noticed the benefits of taking zinc in my life, and I think it's really, really been impactful, and I just hope that it can have a similar impact on your life. And so that's really all I got on zinc today, guys. We'll run back through these real quick, though. We have immune function, number 1. Number 2, wound healing. Number 3, reduced risk of certain age-related diseases. Number 4, anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Number 5, supports normal growth and development, typically in infants, children, and adolescents. Number 6, and a good one, fertility. Number 7, aids in nutrient absorption and digestion, also very important, which again, all of these are real important. Number 8, super important, mental health. Number 9, supports sense of taste and smell, which So those two kind of go hand in hand. Number 10, regulates blood sugar. Very important for everybody, but more specifically people with insulin resistance or diabetes. So guys, that's just 10 topics on the importance of taking zinc. And again, guys, I highly recommend it. I love it. I've taken zinc for years. I have personally seen the beneficial effects of zinc on my body, and I would recommend to anybody that they start taking zinc immediately. So with that being said, guys, I gotta fucking piss so bad. So I'm gonna hop off here. And yeah, victory to everybody. Charge hard. Love you guys. Laters.